Sup team, welcome to the video. Starting today and for the next few days, the videos are going to be a little bit less vloggy and a little bit less lower quality because I don't have access to my desktop and until I go back to New York on January 1st. And because of that fact, it literally takes me 4 to 6 hours of taking clips off of my computer, off of my camera, and putting them onto my laptop, editing a little bit, and then exporting because I have memory issues because it's a MacBook Air and there's a lot on there. And just anyway, that's why we're gonna have some one-take show style videos. However, I'm gonna talk about what I did today. It is 9 p.m. It's 8:58 p.m. and I did a full day of eating for, I'm blanking on who left the comment, but 175 protein, 500 carbs, 60 fat, and I ended up missing a little bit, and I'm going to run through my day. So from start to finish, I did a big time leg day today, so keep that in mind. I woke up today, Jesse's going to help. My man Jesse, I've talked about Jesse a little bit. Jesse's in upstate New York right now. Jesse kills it. Jesse helps. Jesse's the CSO, get shit done executive at On the Regiment. So you're going to see pictures and stuff that he's helped me with. I woke up, I had this yogurt, which is a new brand I hadn't had before, 21 protein, 18 carb, very little fat in the yogurt, tasted very good, like fruit at the bottom style yogurt, strongly recommend it, hadn't had it before, it was great. I put honey on because 500 carb, living out of a hotel, knew I was going to be eating meals out during the day. It's going to be hard to get that high carb while keeping fats low without getting like some straight carb in. So added the honey there, good. Did some work, had some water. About 2.5 hours later, I have notes, by the way. I wrote down oh, that's just washed out. You're not going to see it, but I wrote down foods and numbers here. That's what I'm looking at. A Think Thin bar, white chocolate, which is tasty. I enjoyed it. And a banana with more water, probably 45 to 60 minutes pre-workout. Then Jordan and I got big time leg day in, 10x10 leg press, 4x12 cable pull-throughs, 3x6 reverse lunge with a 5-second eccentric contraction, which I'd never done on a reverse lunge, which sucked. Saw some kid in the gym rocking Alpha Elite too. I gave him a little knocks. And then, what else did I do? A lot of hamstring curls with slow eccentric, and then finished with some core. It was a brutal workout. Post-workout at the gym, they had a vending machine, and I figured to get some protein plus carb. They had is it called Core Power, Core something, with 28 protein, 28 carb, pretty low fat. I was pumped about that. Hung out by the pool. That's my optimal post-workout game plan is I would like 40 protein, 40 carb, but right after the workout, regardless of whether I'm fasted or fed, like to be optimal, get that protein plus carb in then, and then in the next 60 to 120 minutes, I'm going to be hungry for a whole meal of food with more protein, more carb, and maybe some fats as well, which is kind of what I did. We came back to the hotel and showered up. I had a bagel with honey. Simply, again, I'm really hungry around my workout, particularly post-workout. Getting that many carbs in, a bagel with 1-ish servings of honey was easy for me to get the carbs in, knowing that I had a whole meal of food coming, but also knowing that food, that Asian restaurant that we kind of had in mind, or Thai restaurant, was not going to have too many straight carb options. At least that was my thought process. In hindsight, I could have loaded up on white rice, but bagel and honey for 66 carb there. Then I had a delicious meal shortly after. Lunch special for $12, 6 pieces of sashimi, 3 pieces of sushi, a chicken breast, white rice, carrots, pea pods. It was amazing. I pretty much avoided the salad because I thought ginger dressing was very lean. It actually had 7 grams of fat, so I didn't really have any of that dressing because I didn't have the fats to spare. The meal I had, which you see somewhere here, was actually very lean. There wasn't really oil with the chicken. There was a honey glaze, or like a sugary tasting glaze, but it didn't taste fatty whatsoever. Most of the fats in that meal. I didn't touch the rolls because there were avocado in there. Didn't have the fats to play with. And if you're watching this, if you're 5 minutes into this video and you're like, what the fuck's this guy is so anti-fat and so big on carbs? I'm not. I mean, I kind of am when in a calorie surplus for adding muscle without gaining too much body fat. However, in the context of today, I'm not big on that. I was just trying to hit the macros that were given to me, and 60 fat, 500 carb. If you've never done it, means your entire day is going to be like, okay, what can I eat that has carbs that doesn't have fats? That meal was really, really good. Hung out. Oh, and then I ran. We worked from the restaurant for 4 hours there between that meal and the next meal, but I ran and got some peach frozen yogurt on a cone to get more carbs in, and I was hungry for dessert, and ice cream fits my macros. My second to last meal of the day, my last big meal of the day, was shrimp pad thai, which I'm estimating, but this put me over on fats, and I'm okay with it because I'm in Florida. I can't like come home and cook my lean ground beef and rice and vegetables and have that nice meal that fits perfectly and end up at 58 fat for the day and fist pump. Like, it just didn't happen. And I ordered the pad thai, and I knew, so I only ate 75 to 80% of the entire meal. So the macros of what I ate were probably like 40 protein, 72 carb, 35 fat, and took some in a to-go thing to try and get marginally close on total fats. But yeah, I busted the fat there. But then I still had a lot of carb to hit at night. I was 6 or 7 grams over on fat at the time, very hungry for the carbs. And so what I did was dessert shells is the name of them. These are really tasty. And they have 0.5 fat, 18 carb, 1 protein per shell. It's kind of like angel food cake, if you've ever had angel food cake. And I had those, and I put bananas, blackberries, raspberries, blueberries, strawberries, and drizzled a little bit of honey on top, and had one of each of those. I had 2 of those. And that ended up getting me, I think, around 90 carb total. Which brings, I'm ballparking it, and Jesse has the final numbers, and we'll put them somewhere. But like 190-ish, 191, 192 protein. And by the way, going over on protein is the best mistake you can ever possibly make, just because protein is very satisfying. And so going over on protein means you're less likely to go over on other macronutrients. Yeah. And like there's the increased thermic effect of protein. So when you eat more protein, you're burning more calories via digestion. So it's less of a bad mistake than going over on carbs or fats. Going over on protein is just a fun, and you can't go that far over on, even though you can store protein as body fat, you just can't go that far over on protein to the point where you're gonna like really screw up. 190 to 192 protein, 520 maybe carbs, somewhere in that range. I was probably 15 to 30 grams over on carbs, and around 70 fats, which isn't awful, but I'm slightly disappointed in myself just because the point of the challenge is like 60 fat, 500 carb. It's pretty tough. Get it, bro. And instead I was like, shrimp pad thai, really good. Get that, bro. But anyway, those are the foods I chose while on the road. Get a little bit of fruits. There was actually a lot of carrots and pea pods in that lunch I had. So a little bit of veggies, some fruit. Could have been a lot sexier from a produce and micronutrient point of view, but got pretty close on the road, living out of a La Quinta. Like, yeah, I'm pretty pumped about it. And big leg day. I'm gonna get 8 or 9 hours of sleep tonight. Not having very much caffeine, just because I'm in a weird groove without very much caffeine. I was telling Jordan today, I was like, bro, I'm so chill. I'm like so relaxed that I feel hyper. It's very weird. My central nervous system loves me right now. If you're still watching, if you watched this one take 9-minute video, thank you very much. I appreciate you. Daily uploads. Pumped. Love you guys. See you tomorrow. Hit the like button, please. Bye.